Welcome back to Engaging Marketing Solutions. I'm your host, Barry Schimmel, and today we're going to be continuing on our strategy to help you grow your business. Now, in the last podcast, we touched on knowing your avatar, knowing who your customers are, who you want to target, knowing who the best ones are, and taking it from there so we start offering products that really interest them, ones that engage them, ones that they'll want to buy more of. So I want to tell you a little story. Back when I was in the United States Air Force, I was in a unit. I was like security police, SWAT. It was really cool. I was stationed in Wiesbaden, Germany. The year was 1981, and President Reagan was just elected into office. And the hostages were taken in Iran 440 days prior to that. And they were releasing them from Iran, and they were going to the hospital in Wiesbaden. Now, the military had to come up with a strategy to get these hostages back. And when they were bringing them to the hospital, I was one of the people that was in charge of guarding them. Okay, there was a whole troop of people, but I was one of them, which was really cool. And I also got to meet President Carter when he came out of office. He flew to Germany, and he wanted to see the hostages that were captive and, congratulate them and see how they're doing. So when they came into the airport in Frankfurt, Germany, they had to be escorted into Wiesbaden. And there were tons or thousands of reporters surrounding the base. And it was pretty interesting. They're driving all around the base, and the military put more guards in the front of the hospital, so all of the reporters thought that that's where the hostages were going to be coming in, and they wanted to do the reporting on it. Well, they stationed me by myself at the back of the base. Now, as the reporters were driving around the hospital/base, they noticed there was no activity in the back, so they wouldn't really stop and camp out there like they did in the front. Now, there was one problem. They didn't inform me what was going on, that they were coming through the back gate. And here I am, I think I was 18 years old, and I really didn't have a clue, but I was thinking, you know what, they're probably going to come through my area because there's no reporters here. There's really not a lot of armed guards. All the German police, they're called Polizei, they were all over the place out front. So here I am by my lonesome hour after hour waiting for them to come in. And guess what? Here comes this big convoy of buses, German police, military police, and I was back there alone, and I didn't know who was supposed to be coming into the base or not. So they had this convoy. Now, inside the convoy, reporters snuck in, but I didn't know who was part of the convoy and who wasn't. So I had to let everybody in. So, did I get in trouble? No, because I didn't know what I was supposed to do, but it gives you an idea that when you create a strategy, it's important for you to inform people within your organization, your vendors, your people that you outsource to, or anybody that would be involved in the process of your business, to understand what your strategy is and what's going on. So when you do get more business, you're able to handle it, or when you come into certain types of problems or strategic questions that need to be answered, that they're informed. Me at the back of the base, come on through, what was I supposed to do? I couldn't stop them and ID them because I wouldn't know the difference if they were invited or not. So, and I've seen this in a lot of people's businesses, is that they start promoting their product or services and business starts to pick up, but they're not prepared either with inventory or time management, having the right processes in base. So if you have a coach and you're talking about, okay, I'm implementing this marketing strategy or these services, and what happens when I get a flood of new business, what am I going to do to manage my time? Is there a software package out there that help me schedule? Is there invoicing, that ties into it? Is there automatic shipping? However your business is configured, It's really important. So bringing it all back is that we want the business to be able to practically run itself when you're doing the marketing, so you can focus on what you need to do. And all you need is strategy and tactics, and great marketing, and that's why you're part of Engaging Marketing Solutions, so we can give you the ideas that are going to help you with your marketing. So give customers what they need and sell them what they want. Now, how do you know what they need and what they want? Well, it's pretty simple. We're going to ask them. Wow, isn't that a brilliant idea? You know, I love it when my clients really sell what they want. When I start working with them, it's like, what are you selling them and what isn't working? Well, I'm doing this and this and this, and it's not really working. Well, why? Did you ever ask them what they need now and what they need next? So here are 2 questions that I highly recommend you asking them. All right? And I have to find them because they're right here. So, what is the biggest problem you're having in regard to? What is the biggest problem you're having in regard to? So, if I was asking, what's the biggest problem you're having with regard to your marketing? Like I always say, you know, you have quality leads, better customers, because that in turn will turn into more sales. So whatever your business is, just put that information in there and ask your clients or customers exactly what their biggest problem is. You know, what do they need more of? And then the second question is ask them, you know, how difficult is it to find an answer to that problem? You know, that's when you really have them hooked. When you ask them how difficult is it, they can't, you know, the reason why they have the problem is because they don't know the solution, and that's where you can help them. You know, if you're doing your own podcast show, you know, one of the biggest challenges might be my audio is not good enough. So what's the solution? Provide them with a better mic in different types of mics. Like I have back here, I have the iRig mic where I can plug it into my phone and hand it to somebody I'm interviewing. And I have an iRig cast that plugs into the top of the iPhone, so I could just go back and forth with it. But then I have another one when I'm doing it myself called the Smart Lav. So whatever your product is, a coaching or it's a service, it's not a problem. You're selling a product, it's not a, all you have to do is go out and survey people, and a good program to use is SurveyMonkey. It's free, and there's a pro version which will give you the opportunity to do more reporting features and get access to better questions, but in essence it's pretty easy. So, you know, marketing, it is all about attracting new prospects and turning them into customers. It's as simple as it is. Like I said in a prior podcast, that the 2 most important things are, you know, keeping the customers you have and attracting new ones. And if you do that right, everything else is going to work itself out. So does that make sense so far? You know, that was the biggest things that I want to get through in this particular podcast, is being able to go out there, now that you know who your clients are, ask them what they want so that you can start taking that message and putting it into all of your marketing, whether it's social media or websites or press releases or video marketing. Any of those items you can put it into. Excuse me. I had a client the other day that, you know, went out and he asked his clients, he had a list of about, you know, 2,000 people, and he asked the clients the 2 questions, and he also put them on Facebook, and you should have seen all the people responding to it. So now he knows he has a target audience with a specific problem, and now that's where the strategy, you know, comes in to hone in, you know, on exactly what they are. Now he can really take what they told him and turn that into his sales message and show him what the benefits are to solve that problem. And the next question you go out to ask them is, how much are you willing to pay for that? Isn't that brilliant? So they tell you what their problem is, right? And they're basically telling you how to solve it too. When you say they can't find the answers anywhere, right? And they will tell you how to solve the problem. Then you craft your sales message around those questions, around those problems, and you even ask them how much they're willing to pay. Now, a lot of people make a big mistake in this area because when it's how you word the questions and exactly, you know, how strategic you are to get the answer that you want. Now, your strategy has to include, you know, what are you selling on the low end? Are you selling ebooks or books or a small video program like hey, I'll put you into a membership site that is only one module for $97. Or you send them to a lead page to download a white paper for $47 or $27. It depends on if you're trying to build a list. But now you see, you get the idea. Then you go to medium-sized products. You know, they could range from, you know, $497, $997 and up. And then you go into your higher end, which is $1,997, say to $10,000 or $20,000. But you have to understand that who your customers are, how much they're willing to pay, and how much value you're actually adding to them. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, you know you could contact me at 815-828-6800. You text your name and email to that address, and then your message. So you're going to get a response saying agree to this message, and then you could just type in what your question is. Or if you feel that you can add value to Engaging Marketing Solutions, you know, and you want to be interviewed, we can do that too. If you have a book to promote that relates to marketing strategy, business strategy, you know, have the opportunity to promote it to our core audience if you feel that it adds value to them. I'd love to have you on the show and give you that opportunity. And if you can, I'd love you to share this podcast with anybody you feel this can help. You know, anybody that has a business, is starting a business, or wants to bring their business to a next level, this is one source of getting some free information, get your mind going, get your own ideas. The other thing you could do is visit our website at engagingmarketingsolutions.com, or you can leave a comment on Facebook or iTunes. But remember, the phone number is 815-828-6800. It's the best way you can, you know, call and even leave a message on there, and I could answer your questions and help your business. So I think that's good. This is the conclusion of our strategy. So we know who our target audience is. We know who our best customers are. We know who the customers we don't want. We start crafting that message. And once you craft that message, then you start creating your sales content, and you go out and sell your products and services. Maybe the products that you already have are the new services, and then you have different tiers of pricing, and that's essentially it. Then you're promoting it. You're taking that same message that you created and you're putting it on your social media, on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube. You can actually promote, you know, on iTunes if you're doing a podcast. You can promote on Amazon if you have a book or product that you're promoting on there. And then if you're doing search engine optimization, press releases, any of that kind of stuff, you know, you start attracting Google customers. That's all I have for you today. In the next podcast, we're going to talk about taking the information that you have today, that you've created throughout watching these, you know, 4 podcasts so far, and getting it to your website. So your website will now have a clear, concise message. And I don't want to give you all the cool details, but Just to give you a little teaser, one of the clients I was working with was not getting any opt-ins on his website. And all we did is make a couple minimal tweaks. I call it the 2mm rule that I learned from Tony Robbins. And he started getting a lot of opt-ins, and then he started getting coaching clients because he is a autism ADHD coach. Great guy. He's very good with social media. It really made a difference in his life, and it's starting to change the dynamics of his whole family because, you know, as you do better, right, you're providing for more people. You're giving your family a better life. You're helping people that really have a problem, and hopefully you're moral and ethical, and you're using the tools that we teach to really provide value to help other people. Because, you know, the more money you make, the more people you can help, and you can start living the life you deserve. And in the future podcast, we're going to teach you how to, you know, automate your business so you make money while you sleep. You know, creating products that will help people. You know, people could download a book or an audio book and learn from it. And you're the expert. You have that knowledge. Or you're providing a product that is solving a problem. Nobody buys anything without a want and a need. So we have to fulfill that. And then you could take all the money you make and donate to charity, do whatever you want to do, but it's important that you make enough to pay your bills, to support your family, to help yourself so you can help others. So let's conclude for today. I hope you make it to our next website, share this information. My name is Barry Schimmel with Engaging Marketing Solutions, and I'll see you on the next podcast. To your outrageous success. I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. We have Phil Claps from kcprint.com for all your printing needs. Next, we have Allstate Insurance, Mike M., 847-842-4900. The Bra Surgeon, Tina's Closet, custom fitted bras, www.tinasclosetinc.com. Made in America Jewelry, Janet Szymanski, www.janetsjewelryemporium.com.